Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. This is the week 3 gray blue color combo 2023 challenge, and I've changed it up this time to, well, see how it works for one thing. So I've got, my intention originally was just to start with the background and do it like I did last time, which was this one. I don't know if I properly showed the whole thing in screen last time because this book is oversized. So that's what that one looked like. So this is, like I said, is the blue-green one. The gray-blue one. I started doing the background, I got carried away, and I ended up finishing it. So I thought, well, okay, I'll switch it up. I will do the altered envelope in front of you. So I guess these things underneath don't help the look here. So essentially, what you see is a combination of some graduate 8x8 paper that I never would have used, misprinted digital that, you know, where the print heads needed cleaning, so that wasn't good, and some die cuts I had done, the word believe, and I don't know, oh well, it hasn't been posted, but at some point hopefully you'll see my latest thrift video where I talk about getting a general paint swatch book. So these solids here are actually paint chips. This is an old cotton ribbon that I had. This is some washi that I should have glued down, I see. At least that piece keeps wanting to lift. So that is essentially what I've got here. So I will just move this out of the way for the time being. I always try to have a bit of correlation between that and the envelope I'm doing, but not critical if it doesn't happen. So, got my meat cutting board handy. Now, again, in order to save your time and to avoid some of the fumbling around that can occur, I picked this envelope, just got a bill in it, cut it down a bit. I like the fact that it's got that pattern inside, a basket weave pattern in gray, which, you know, does half the work for me. And so I've just assembled a few things. Now, I have a bunch of women cut out, but most of them didn't fit right here. They were either too big or too short, but this girl will work. So what I'm thinking here, because I cut this whole envelope open, we know that that is a way to make any gluing that we do a lot easier than trying to stick things with glue on the back into a small opening. But I'm thinking, and I should have brought a, yeah, it would have been good to have, to pretend that this is going to be sewn into a signature. So it would be left wide open. This would be sewn in like a page, which means that at one point in the book, this would be there. So it could either be a flappy thing like that, or I guess it could be, pretend this was, oopsie. Okay, let's do this and be sure once and for all what I'm talking about. At least so I can be sure what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are a couple signature pages, along with many others. The book has been sewn closed. So at this point, I could glue those two sides down and just have a pocket. But then that means that would be the back, unless I attached my girl to the back of this, you would see whatever that is. So, okay, I guess what's going to happen instead, that gives me more options, is to have this just as flippy things. Okay, so what I decided, oh, see? When you start talking it through, you realize, well, that doesn't make any sense. My plan was to glue this down to cover that part up, but that means that this would be somewhere in the journal and this would be who knows where, many pages later. I guess what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to, well, first of all, I'll sort of take this envelope apart so that I can use the paper. I'll glue my girl down to, I should totally cover my name, pretty darn close. Okay. There are these flops off to, oops, to get them out of my way. I do have a ruler here. Let's make things a little bit easier. Let's do that roughly out there. And roughly, well, let's tear it, it'll be more interesting. Oh, that's good. It's blue on both sides. I should leave this on the inside and worry about covering it where I can see it a little more easily. I guess I'm assuming that you know what it is I'm doing. Where's that paper? This is the challenge, oops, sort of hosted by Tammy at Lou Frou Frou, hashtag Color Combo 2023. And I'm hoping that, even though I'm not doing any real description here, that you've checked out her channel, know what I'm talking about, and have chosen to get involved because it's so much fun. Let's make this a little more jagged. Okay, so I can glue that down wherever I need to, but that also means that I better be darn sure that the girl is in the right spot. Do I have a... Can you tell I'm still working through the quirks of a second? Oh, goodness. Oh, there it is. A second taping area, so I'm just going to... That did nothing. Why did I think that was going to work? What would be smarter is to try to make the marks from this side yeah, I can see those two. Maybe you can't. But again, I'm making some pretty heavy. Let's do this top one too. Okay. So I will add in, this is kind of cool paper. Maybe that's too big a piece to waste that way. I can, I do have more gray things here. I'll find something a little more in proportion to. Used up a lot of the gray stuff, I see. That's what happens when you use your scraps. They actually disappear and need to be replaced. Luckily, there's no shortage of scrap anywhere. I could use this money. I think this was money that is no longer in circulation that I photocopied. To use that. I'm going to save that for a far better and greater cause. Okay. Okay, if I do that pretty well to the bottom, no matter where I place my girl, okay, that's that corner. Let's see how this looks before we glue her down and find out that we missed the boat. We'll be fine. Okay. If I don't get on with it and glue something down, this will take as long as a whole art journal page did. Glue page. A glue stick would be nice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think I'm going to be in trouble. This glue stick doesn't feel like it has much left in it. Maybe I can just reach back and find the one on my desk. If worst comes to worst. So I'm going to, again, I do have, because this is bigger than the window opening, I do have a little bit of leeway. Let's see, so I want to know where to put her head in relation to this. So, kind of nice, since we can't get our whole body in anyway, kind of nice to have a bit of blue above her head. So if I'm just below those circles, I should be a-okay. I'll use art glitter glue simply because I just realized I should have gotten a new glue stick here. So this will make my, what you may call it, go a little further. Check her positioning again. That's pretty good, so I do need to glue these legs down. Okay, so if I glue this static electricity, if I were to glue this down, that looks fine from the front. I need to amputate her legs. Let's do that right now. Should probably erase these marks. It'll make it a little easier to cover up the blue. I mean, to add something to it and not have to worry about. You know, this thing that I raved about before is also pretty good at even, you know, just straight erasing. Okay. Let's get her lined up, make the marks, and get her glued down. Kind of close, we better go down a smidge. Keep that parallel to the edge of the pencils work better when the lead is out. I'm just making a few marks so I know where to position it once I get the glue on. Good thing they show up on this side because they sure don't show up there. Oh, that can't be right. Otherwise she won't cover. Okay, if I get this corner positioned right, and I get this right, then it'll be in the right spot. Again, I'll use glitter glue because it works well. I think it's going to work even on this cellophane-y type window. Hopefully I didn't get so close that it oozes out. Okay, and if you've used art glitter glue, you know that you basically have cockeyed. You basically have one chance Oh my goodness. I said I wanted a parallel line there. Okay, you basically have one chance to get it right, because once you've pressed it down, it's game over. Okay, let me trim this little smidge off here. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now the rest of the envelope obviously has to be covered as well, both inside and out. So got my work cut out for me. Now what I had originally pulled were these papers out of a botanical field guide, because I thought they were kind of, you know, they read as gray. Maybe that seems a bit strange. What I probably should do, because of course it is the worst part of doing a window envelope, is get the area around the window done. Now I have all these strips of this blue paper. That's not the greatest either. Okay, let me trim this. Create a straight line here, or as much as possible, a straight line. Put that on. I think if my corners here are I don't want to cover too much of the window, because then I cover the girl. But if I have a smidge of white showing there, it won't be the end of the world. Maybe I could also, just for a little precautionary, just try to do, oh, that's dark. Should have done this with a little bit of this. Believe it or not, mind you, this is a dirty brush that I probably used for black. I have lots of these brushes. I should actually dedicate one to the gray and not fool around like this. I'll just do this as a bit of preemptive in case my corners are not good. Okay, let's start gluing something down, people. So if I glue that, get it right to the top. Basically have it touch the edge of the One of the papers that I used on the art, in the art journal, was this one, which is kind of cute. Oops, upside down. So I can probably use that as well. I think I might have another sheet. It came out of this little block off papers from, I think, Dollar Tree, Dollarama, $1.25, 100 sheets of paper. I thought there was another. I thought there were 3 of a kind. Oh yeah, right there. Oh, maybe 4 of a kind. 5. So if necessary, I can use that to get me some blue going on. That's too brown. That's kind of heavy. I mean heavyweight, heavier weight paper. That's kind of cool as well. Oh, I also have this. It was a remnant from the, and this, and this. Okay. This, my lovelies, is what we call overthinking. And that is a no-no. Oh, and I also ripped out some of the, some of the paint chip pages that, would go with what I've got going on here. So I can use those as necessary too. Okay, what do I have going here? Maybe I should put this one across the top. And maybe run it over the seam. Not the seam, the fold. I have this too. This is a lighter weight. But it's wider. I'll use this one. You don't want to make the part that goes over the fold too thick, but on the other hand, reinforcing it is usually a good thing. So I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too. Trim that so I know where I stand with this. I didn't end up, when I opened this envelope up, I did end up cutting it shorter because it was, it would have been too tall for the average journal that we make. Maybe I should put a bit of this in, or here. Again, you can see the misprint. Do I have anything better? Don't really want to introduce those other colors because it's kind of a no-no in this. Let's just roughly figure out where this will end so I'm not gluing something and then throwing it away. Oh, the other thing and this must be 100 years old. I don't know when stickers were sold like this, but it says, oh no, it says 50 pieces, not 50 cents. So there is that one there that will work in terms of color. So this can go a little bit past, you know, it will. Is that straight? It will go past that, around that corner, so that kind of helps. Got a little carried away there. Since this has glue on it, I should probably just touch it up a bit. Add it alongside here. Getting pretty close to the fold there. That might not have been such a good idea. But maybe what I'll do is where is that brush? Again, help disguise that if my piecing is not too perfect. So if I just stay a hair's breadth away from the fold, it should be good. And again, there's no need to worry overly. Sorry, I'm sitting on at this table I sit on an old fashioned sewing stool. And it is full of spools of thread. So you can imagine how much thread I have. So when I when I change my position, that's what you hear rattling, those spools. I also have this cute little metal pail, no handle, but thing on my desk here on my table for garbage. I think that's pretty cool. So why don't I just fussy tear. Let's get some of this off here because we don't want a straight edge if everything else is jaggedy. Oh, yes. That is very, very beautiful. I guess I could have made it shorter. Would that be better? Oh, yeah. Maybe a more interesting shape. Cool. Some more glue on the other side. Look at me getting all clever here. Not enough glue. And that doesn't hurt because this is the leading edge of the pockets, so, or the flip, so it does serve a couple of purposes there too. You know, strengthen the edge. I could have done that with this if I'd have thought ahead. I should put this at the top. Get it all in. I just have to be aware of how mucky this glue paper is getting, because it does cause problems when I try to stretch it too far. But I don't change it more frequently is what I'm trying to say. Beautiful. Fussy tearing again so that the edges have more interest. Oh, I could line that up there, have the straight edge there, and then have it veer out to expose the miscalculated. But I guess if I put this lower, I've got that little black spot there. I cut a smidge off this straight edge, I will be okay. But I don't want to glue this down until I have something here. Keep checking to see what you can see. Oh yeah, you're in fine position. wherever you live in the world, do you find that your skin really takes a beating in winter? Well, Northern Hemisphere winter. I should have put some lip balm on. It feels like my lips are ready to crack and bleed. Now I should be, perhaps, introducing some of, I could use these envelope bits here too. Not quite wide enough. No, if I put it down, that will work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, likewise with hands, chapped hands. Sometimes I always replay the videos after they're done just to, again, I've said this before, to make sure I haven't made any blunder, and sometimes I realize, I meant to say this instead of that. But I hope you fill in the correct word as you're hearing it, because I think unless you're brand new, you will probably know what what I intended to say. Anyway, so I'm looking at these at past videos, or before I'm, uploading them, and think, holy cow, your hands are pretty, your skin is pretty dry there, kiddo. So a person kind of needs to remember to maybe put some hand lotion on before starting the camera. I love that pattern. What can I say? What can I say? Maybe I should put a bit up here as well. Cut it on a straight line. Is that going to be too skinny? No, it works. Maybe I should put that there and put something else there. Feels like I need to repeat the pattern. But it wouldn't hurt to have a bit more blue. And this is just blue copy paper. Because the strip is so narrow, though, it hardly gives me a chance to rip anything off. By the time I'm done with this, it's barely, it's 5/8 or something. Okay. What else if I would trim this? I know where my edge actually is. Oh, see, I forgot to turn it back. Although it's not that easy to do that well when there's a curve in the paper. Oh, goodness. Okay, so if I had that like so, and that like so, that is pretty darn nice, I think. I say it's nice, but then I go on to add something else. Okay, let's get these down and we'll figure out where to put the owls. So about 1/2 inch below that. I can add this here. That maybe is not the greatest. But I won't need that to be up there. It's not bad. Again, staying a hair's breadth away from the where's my card for squishing? I do need to cover that little patch there, so you see why we're never free of scraps? We have one and we turn it into 3 more. Oops, sorry. Just want to lift it up so I can see. Sometimes it's hard to tell if I'm putting things on straight. Now I'm so busy getting my, but that's introducing something new. So busy getting my parts together for the video, or I mean my papers and so on, that I forgot to think about the finishing touches, like labels and so on. Although, again, whoop, threw the wrong piece away. If you watch my thrifting video, it's called Book and Thrift Haul. You'll see that I also bought a wooden, it's probably intended to be hung on a wall, but I'm thinking I'm just going to keep it on my table. Because every little compartment can be filled with some, tiny bit of ephemera or whatever that person needs, because I'm getting a little tired of not having the right stuff in the right location with this new taping setup, or this secondary taping setup, I guess I should say. If I put it there, I cover up most of that straight line. Better not forget to use that washi that but I didn't. Forgot to roughen up that edge. Maybe it will look, maybe it'll look more straight once I trim this crooked thing off at the bottom. How are we doing for time? Oh, goodness. Let's get a piece of this tape and see. Yes, I sure gobbed a lot of glue on there. This is almost like the, come on, slide over, like the mark making that so many people do, including myself. I better not let me just stick this on something. I need to put another piece of this envelope here. Would have been good to stick under there. That gray could just stay there because nobody knows that that isn't paper. Glue this baby down. Worry about covering some of those little patches up later. Again, I can barely tell, and I'm right here, so I'm sure you can't tell that that's a little patch that needs covering. Could do that. That would bring some of that down to the bottom of the page. Can't get over how nice those line drawings are. You know, again, when a person is limiting themselves to so few colors, I think it reads as gray. That's why that's why I'm using it in the challenge. I think that's pretty cool. Although it will, oh, I know what I have. Determined to use. Oh, and I have the tape. Let's do the tape first. This is a good way to get your hands nice and gluey. Come on, slide over. I'm actually kind of impressed with this. Because it's so graphic. This one looks crooked, but of course it's down. Oh, I started to say that somewhere in this mess, I have these, oh, they almost look moldy. What happens if I use a dirty blue? Totally obliterates whatever it was. And that's the wrong blue anyway. And I pretty well use the same brush for all my blues, even if they're quite different. Okay, that is not doing the trick. Let's, for the time being, pretend that this is done. Although I do have some I did bring with this new whatchamacallit, caddy, a bunch of labels. It's just that I have it covered up with all kinds of other junk. Hey. I've left my chair, people. Can you tell? Can you tell? Let's see if that's going to work. Oops. One just hit the floor. And let's, oh yeah, there's some labels. Just a few million. These are not exactly the right shade of blue, but should I worry about that? Maybe it's not close enough. Let's see what we have here. Those are all red. This isn't the right blue either, but it's going to be crazy to do a pocket. Maybe on this side. This is called Crafting by the Seat of Your Pants. Ah, there's a bit of finale. I should cut that. Let's see if I can do this straight. Precision. Don't look too closely. Whoops. Sorry, did I jar you? I sometimes like to use this oval to make the thumb hole, just because, oops. Cool. Maybe I'll use this, whatchamacallit, Fabri-Tac. these paint chips are on a little heavier cardstock, because they are subjected to some abuse or some use and abuse. So it doesn't hurt, where's my cover, to have a bit heavier, more heavy-duty glue to, provide the strength that it needs. So now I'm going to have to get something to stick in there. But that's not going to be our problem right this minute. Let me use another piece of this tape because I love it. Oh, probably none of these stickers are going to look right on, or not stickers, but labels will look right on there because of the shade difference. Of course, I have 3 million others. They're just not here. I saw that there were others. Love, 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 love. You are loved. That interesting. Okay, how about if I use the small loved one, or love one? Oh, you know what I could do? Is that going to... Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get a bit of glue on here. Whoops. On here. Glue this guy down. Then, whoops. Then rip around it. However, come on. You can do it. Whoops. You can do it, Crooked. Sure you can. For heaven's sake. Didn't think that glue stuck that well. Good grief. Anyway, let's rip some of this. Let's get a nice raggedy edge here. Oh, that's gonna be gorgeous. Probably, that might be a bit wide. I might have to tear it back a bit because we don't really want to cover up the paint colors, paint names. Now we're cooking with gas. Except we've only done one side, and we're at the 1 hour mark. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. But you can see how this happens. A person doesn't have everything, pre-selected. You encounter little hiccups here and there. Yes, that is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Maybe on this inside I can get... I would really make the edge. Oh, but it's not a pocket, so it doesn't have to withstand the force of... Oh, and I'm halfway there because I've got gray. Maybe it's not quite as bad as I thought. I've got a smidge that I can take off here. To roughen the edge. I'll leave that tail there. Probably what I'm going to do is just get the major collaging done here and then show you how it turned out once I have a chance to embellish it, because honestly, I don't want this to take forever. Because I worry about you. I worry about you. Oh, then they'd be on their heads, or they'd be on their sides, I mean. I don't know where that ended up. Certainly not where I planned for it. Oh well. Oh, right here. There's more where those came from. Oh, see, that would work. Cool. What I can do to speed this up and get us out of here, get you back to your loved ones, is make another pocket. Fold line. And maybe, rather than cutting it off, what I should do, on this side especially, is have that little So it gives more space for the pocket. And maybe what I'll do here is just fold this down. Okay, you know the trick about getting rid of that corner there. But we want that to be. Okay, so we'll turn this in a bit as well. Trim out the corner to reduce the bulk and to get rid of anything that might show. That's pretty good. I think this, I can almost see daylight. Let me just put a smidge of glue to keep this guy down. Now, let's use that other piece of glue. Let's just use part of it. I cannot believe how that grabs. What the heck? I would have wanted that to go right to the edge. Is that too much to expect? Kind of late in the day too, or late in the game to be pulling out a white, but yeah. Okay, let me stick this guy down. No, do it this way, and then I get the white. Let's do what we know for sure. Oh, I should have trimmed that too. Let's do it now so there's no... Don't do that. People. Where's my seam? I'm just going to stick this in here to make sure that, actually that could even be the tag for that matter. White at the back, what a bonus. Somebody's starting, the universe is starting to feel for my pain. Should have given that a bit of time to set. What I could do, let's get that out of the way. What could go wrong? Sorry, you can't see if I'm holding it 3 miles north of here. Maybe this glue is better than I mean this sticky back is better than I thought, and I'm wasting time adding glue. Okay. Still too low. I can't believe this is taking longer than a full page. But I guess I should stop saying it, because clearly it is. Okay. Maybe on this side, what I should just do do this like a fold. I just have this book here. Let me quickly see if there's, I don't imagine any of the pages are blank behind there to make it a, oh, what's this? Hey, hey, hey. Let's straighten this mess up. No idea if that's straight or not. Guess we'll see in a minute. Just for the heck. 3 7/8. 3 15/16. Get this thing. Okay, what is the amount? So, roughly 3 inches. Yeah, 3 inches. I should just take a bit off here. So that I can straighten up the other side. Of course, we don't throw this away because it's very, very, very good. I just want to glue this down the top. Let that be a secret spot. Oh, and I have this. I probably don't have, oh yeah, I can have a bit more of that, but probably not enough to cover. That's not a good idea. I need something that I can curve. Okay, so is this long enough? No, it isn't. I do have this washi tape, but it's not quite as beautiful. What I could do is glue it down. Add a patch, add a piece. Like so. Too wide. Maybe double it up. Fold this like so. It's almost as though she's creating a hinge. I glue that down. Well, let's first glue it onto the paper. Or glue the paper onto it. Too high. Pull her back, pull her back. Let's get the glue off there. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Crooked. Now what do I gain by not gluing that down? Oh, I should have glued that to that. Okay. Glue this down to there. Use something a little more secure. So maybe this little band, whoops, will give it a natural place to fold. This is glued down, that isn't. Goodness. I don't know if that's enough to hold anything, but frankly, I'm just about over this. So actually people could write there or there. Okay. Amen. I need something to stick in there, but that could work. Around these corners. And if at some future date I want to add something more, I can. Amen. Hallelujah. The only thing is I have to feel bad about this. Thinned out, add a label patch. It's almost like a band-aid. Cool. Okay, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I hope you hung in there with me. And I will keep working on this so I can figure out something that makes sense. Because I don't want to keep you here this long. Anyway, thank you, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.